Hello, I'm Heather.
And I'm Ryan.
Welcome to the podcast. It's game night, it's sibling rivalry, it's a walk down memory lane, but most importantly, it's politics free.
Guaranteed.
Welcome to round 6 of Trial by Trolley. Real quick, the game instructions are the same for every episode of this game. If you're following along or this is not your first Trial by Trolley episode, skip ahead about 2.5 minutes if you don't want to listen to the whole thing again. Here's how it works. We have a set of cards. On each one is either an innocent or a guilty party. For example, on a guilty card, we might see a bunch of mafia thugs. And on an innocent card, we might see the world's greatest physicist. Now, imagine we are conducting a trolley and we're coming up to a split track. We can't stop the trolley. We have to switch it onto one of the tracks, but there is someone or something tied to each track. No matter which way we go, we are going to kill someone or destroy something. At first glance, the choice may seem simple. Using our example above, it would be easy for us to say, run over the mafia thugs and save the physicist. But there's a catch. And this is where we bring in the modifier cards. The modifier cards contain handy statements such as, killing them will release the 13 kids they have trapped in their basement, and would literally give you the shirt off their back. Now, if the world's greatest physicist has 13 kids trapped in their basement, and the mafia thugs would literally give you the shirt off their back, maybe the choice is no longer quite so clear. So here's what we're going to do. First, I'll read Ryan his cards, letting him know who or what is tied to each of the tracks, and he'll have to explain to me who he saves and doesn't save and why. Then we'll throw in the modifier cards and see if that doesn't change his mind at all. Then we'll switch it around and it'll be my turn. The scoring is entirely subjective. We can choose to reward or not reward each other however many points we want, and the other person just has to suck it up. Whoever scores the most points wins the ever-coveted Gloating Rights trophy.
Until we play again.
It should be noted that we are playing a modified version of this game because the correctly played version was too difficult for me to translate into podcast form. Also, once again, the game is called Trial by Trolley. It is sold by Skybound Games and is available at store.skybound.com. Link in the show notes. They are not a sponsor. The current running score is Ryan, 123, Heather, 465.
Oh my God,
Ryan,
Heather. You are kicking my ass.
That's true. So today... You're going to give me my cards first. All of them.
Oh, okay. All right, Heather.
Hit me with your best shot.
Are you ready? On track number 1, a key witness who could bring down an untouchable mobster. And on track number 2, your favorite teacher. Who do you save and why?
I am going to save my favorite teacher. Here's why.
Oh, okay.
The mobster is untouchable.
The
key witness could bring down the mobster. Some other mobster is just going to take that mobster's place. That's how it works. There's just a lot going on there. And my favorite teacher never hurt anybody. So I'm going to save my favorite teacher, Ryan. That's how I feel about it.
Okay. But would you change your mind with the modifier cards?
I don't know, Ryan. Let's find out. On track number 1, a key witness who could bring down an untouchable mobster in death will become a popular internet meme, redeeming a life of mediocrity. Well, I don't think you can call an untouchable mobster's life mediocre. You know, it's not super great. It's like down there with really bad. I don't think it's mediocre. But anyways, hey, killing hundreds of people and whatever else mobsters do, becoming a fun internet meme? Yeah, it makes up for it. Let's get the next one. On track number 2, your favorite teacher is holding their baby. Okay, I'm saving my teacher. I'm going to run over the mobster. The meme isn't good enough. Listen, even if they take down that mobster, you know how it works. Somebody else just moves up in the mobster chain of command and things keep going as they were before.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to make no difference.
Mm.
My favorite teacher is standing there holding her baby.
I see. So, Heather, I want to clarify something.
Uh-huh.
A key witness is not necessarily another mobster.
Yeah, but it's somebody involved in the life of
Also,
crime. It's got to be.
The mobster is untouchable until the key witness can testify, who could then bring down the up until then untouchable mobster.
Yes, I understood. Did you not listen to the whole hierarchy thing I said?
I heard
somebody's just
Heather,
going to take his place.
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe this was the key witness that could bring the whole thing down.
Look, I'm just not running over my teacher and her baby.
Okay,
I'm
Heather.
not doing
well,
it. Okay.
I'm going to give you negative 10 points.
Great. I love it.
All right.
Carry on.
Heather, on track number 1, a murderer acquitted on a technicality. On track number 2, some guy mugging your friend. Who do you save and why?
Well, I'm going to save some guy mugging my friend because Ryan, this murderer might murder somebody else. Meanwhile, this guy is only mugging my friend. He's not murdering anybody, but also my friend is on the track.
Okay, let me ask you this. What if the murderer murdered somebody who committed a heinous crime and got acquitted on a technicality? So he murdered that guy. And this guy, the murderer, was the guy that was affected by this other guy that he murdered. Would that change your mind?
You don't get to do your own modifier cards.
I'm not modifying.
That's a modifier. That's a modifier card right there.
Heather, but a murderer is so vague. Like, what happens?
What? How is that vague? Okay. I'm going to time you out on that. Just stop. Because that's going to get into a discussion that we can't have on the Politics Free podcast, okay? So I'm just going to go back to my answer. I'm going to save the guy mugging my friend for the simple fact that he is not a murderer and that he is with my friend on the track. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to do the modifier cards because I'm sick of you.
Wow, Heather.
Yeah.
You're fucking cranky. Getting a little feisty over there.
Before we hit record, I did mention that I was not in a good mood. No, I said I was tired. Same thing. On track number 1.
You know what, Heather? I'm gonna out-tired you right now, okay? All right. I got 5 hours of sleep last night, and I just worked
poor baby.
a 12-hour shift of hard, grueling labor, Heather. Hard, grueling. Do you see the sacks under my eyes? Do you see my sacks?
No, actually, you look quite chipper.
Well, I don't feel chipper, but thank you.
You look great.
Well, I appreciate you, Heather. Carry on.
I appreciate you too, even though I was mean to you a minute ago. On track number 1, a murderer acquitted on a technicality has an 80% chance to become the next Hitler. On track number 2, some guy mugging your friend. You had a pleasant conversation with them an hour ago. Although I feel slightly betrayed that he turned it around and mugged my friend, I am still saving the mugger.
He didn't know it was your friend. I bet the mugger would probably have not mugged your friend had he known.
You know what? I'll just wave to my friend from the trolley as I'm running over the murderer, and my friend will be like, "Oh my God, you know Heather?" And the guy will be like, "I do. I'm so sorry I mugged you. Mugging, forget it. I'll mug someone else. It all works out."
Perfect.
It all works out.
All right, Heather, I'll give you 10 points for that answer.
Love it. And I'm ready for my third card.
Oh, sorry. I'm so tired, Heather. I totally spaced out. Okay, on track number 1.
I'm so tired.
A single kitten on its way to being adopted. Aww.
Aww.
On track number 2, a robot from the future sent to kill your mom. Aww.
Well, so far I'm saving the kitten. That seems like a better option here.
Mm.
The kitten is cute. It's about to be adopted into a loving family. Kittens are lovely. A robot from the future sent to kill my mom? It's going to kill my mom. I mean, it's over. Robot. Robot gets it.
But why save the kitten?
Should I run over a kitten and let a robot sent from the future to kill my mom survive?
I was trying to pull a Zoolander. You didn't work out. Anyway.
Oh. It's because I'm tired, Ryan. I'm tired.
All right, Hev.
We've gone over this.
Let's hear these modifier cards.
On track number 1, a single kitten on its way to being adopted, recently lobotomized. That's mean. Why do you do that to a kitten? Who did that? On track number 2, a robot from the future sent to kill your mom is just an utter bastard.
Well, fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess I'm saving a lobotomized kitten.
Well,
Who lobotomizes a kitten?
psychopaths.
Probably robots from the future sent to lobotomize kittens. Title of the episode. Right there.
Well played, Heather. All right, Heather, I'll give you 1 point for that answer.
You're not even trying to be nice today. Good Lord. Well, so my plus 10 points cancels out my negative 10 points, so I ended up with a point.
Yeah, you did.
And 466 is my new running total.
Fantastic.
Ryan, are you ready for your cards?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Excellent. On track number 1, a bunch of seagulls that are definitely going to poop on you. On track number 2, a giant spider that hunts humans for sport. Who are you going to hit? Who are you going to save? What you going to do?
Well, I think I'm gonna hit the spider. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I've been shit on by a bird. Or a seagull, for that matter. And, this giant spider, I'm going to save a bunch of humans by killing that spider.
All right. Well, I like your answer. I'm right there with you. But, Ryan, what happens when we add
the modifier
card? Stop interrupting me when I say the cool line. On track number 1, a bunch of seagulls that are definitely going to poop on you have access to your bank account.
Okay.
What are they going to do? They're just going to buy a bunch of junk food.
I was going to say they're going to go to the convenience store and just buy all the chips.
On track number 2, a giant spider that hunts humans for sport escaped from a maximum security prison.
Makes sense. Well, you know what? I'm going to do the world a favor, and I'm going to take one for a team. I'm going to get shit on, and I'm going to get robbed blind, and I'm going to run over the giant spider. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
You know what? I got your back. I will text Rebecca and let her know to cancel your card.
Perfect.
Because the seagull stole it. Because you saved humanity from the giant human-hungry spider.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to give you 100 points for your answer on that one.
Oh, I didn't even realize you didn't give me points yet.
I almost forgot. Ryan, are you ready for your next card?
Yes.
Excellent. On track number 1, a traffic officer in the middle of writing you a ticket. On track number 2, a doctor performing life-saving surgery on a previous trolley victim. Who do you save? Who do you run over? Here's the problem with that second one. We've had a lot of crappy people get run over by this trolley.
You know what?
So that's a toss-up. You could have someone awful or someone awesome in that surgery.
Have we ever run over anybody? Like, was there ever a time that there were like two good people on the trolleys?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's probably saving a good person. I'm running over the officer. Fuck it.
Okay.
I don't feel like getting a speeding ticket from running my trolley too fast. Fuck that guy.
All right. Okay. I mean, I would run over the doctor. Should I run over the doctor? Because he's saving lives. He could save other. You know what? It's your card, not mine.
Yeah.
What happens,
okay.
Ryan?
To expand, because he's a doctor and he's probably saving one of the good people that we had to run over. So there's that. And he's a doctor. So he's going to save other lives because he's a surgeon. So he's going to be performing surgeries on people. He's not just like a general practitioner. Like if it was a general practitioner, yeah, sure, maybe I'd run over the general practitioner because they're probably not performing surgery. They're probably just like doing whatever general practitioners do to a previous trolley victim. And that's why I'd run over the traffic officer.
Well, Ryan, you say that now, but what happens when we add the modifier cards? Ha, I said it before you could interrupt me.
The modifier cards.
On track number 1, a traffic officer in the middle of writing you a ticket will solve world hunger in the next 3 years.
Ooh, okay.
On track number 2, a doctor performing life-saving surgery on a previous trolley victim committed unspeakable crimes against humanity during the Vietnam War.
Well, I just changed my answer. I'm going after that doctor.
And you should. 100 points for you, sir.
Woo!
All right, Ryan, your last card.
God, I'm catching up.
You are catching up. You are. That's why I did this, because I wanted to even it out and start, and ruin all the fun. Okay, Ryan, card number 3. On track number 1, a princess waiting for true love's first kiss. On track number 2, a school bus full of children. Who do you save? Who do you run over? What do you do?
Oh, well, listen. I'm going to run over the princess waiting for true love's first kiss because it's just one life. And
because she's a dumbass?
Yeah. Why, lady, why are you waiting on the track? You know who true love's first kiss is going to be, lady? It's going to be my trolley. Kiss this.
Well, Ryan, that might be how you feel now. But what happens when we add
the modifier
cards? On track number 1, a princess waiting for true love's first kiss. You are destined to fall madly in love with them tomorrow. Look who's true love's first kiss now, huh? On track number 2, a school bus full of children just wrote a terrible screenplay that they really want you to read. Jimmy Fallon used to have this. Maybe he still does it. They'd just send out and they'd ask like 8-year-olds to write movie scripts for them, and then he'd act them out with his guest on the show.
Oh, really?
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
I'm gonna have to YouTube that. All right, Head, listen.
Yeah.
Like I said, true love's first kiss is gonna be my trolley. So I'll take her out, and then I will fall madly in love with her the following day and cry and cry and cry because you know what? These kids, they're full of potential. They just wrote a screenplay. They're probably going to continue writing screenplays and getting better and better and better at it until finally they win Oscars for best screenplay writing.
Ryan?
Yes.
That is a genius answer. 143 points for you.
Did you just tie us up?
I believe so, but my mental math is not super awesome. So let's see. Your new running total is 466.
Whoa. And what are you at?
I'm at 466, Ryan. It's a tie game.
OMG.
And you won that round by 342 points.
Woo! Ha! Suck it, Heather. You suck.
That's right, I do. Ryan, it's time for listener/Reddit stories. Now, before we get into my Reddit post, I have some fantastic news. Somebody actually answered one of these questions on Instagram.
That you posted?
That I posted, and it's one from a while ago. And I am going to read this.
So it wasn't a fresh response.
No, it was a response received today to a question that I had posted months ago.
Oh, gotcha.
On Instagram. The question was, have you legitimately survived being in a baseball-sized hailstorm? Remember this?
Uh-huh. And the person said, nope.
Nope. She said, yep, I'm from Texas. This is from R6.thelady, my new best friend. Yep, I am from Texas. We had a really bad one in 2016, hail the size of grapefruit. Jeez. I was not hit, though. I had a couple of coworkers that were out in it. One guy thought he had a concussion.
How do you survive? I just don't understand how you survive that. That's like a solid ball of ice just smacking you in the head. It fell from the sky.
Yes.
It
well, he got a
probably
concussion.
Reached terminal velocity. He thought he had a concussion. Was that confirmed? I don't know. I mean, I would believe it if he did, but I'm surprised it didn't cave in his skull.
I am also surprised by that, but happily, our theory that you just die if you're caught in a baseball-sized hailstorm is myth busted. You can survive. You can survive a grapefruit-sized hailstorm.
Oh, that would be such a great Mythbusters episode.
So, I went to Ask Reddit and I asked, what is your being pooped on by a bird or other animal story? But before we get to those stories, Ryan, I think you had some stories about being pooped on by birds.
I have been pooped on 3 times.
Fantastic.
The first time was back in the day. I think I was in middle school at the time. And it was Friday. And it was dress-up day. So I was in my nice, by the 90s standards, my nice Friday attire.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked from home to school. And I was in the building all day, and at one point in the afternoon, one of the teachers says, "Hey, Ryan, what's that on your collar?" And I kind of do one of these, and I look, and it's a pile of bird shit. I got shat on in the morning walking to school and didn't notice until someone pointed it out in the afternoon. The second time was on a field trip. We were out whale watching, and there was a flock of seagulls flying above. And, you know, I didn't think they were going to shit on me. Like, what are the odds? What are the odds? Well, one targeted me and shat right down my back. And I had this long streak of bird poop all down my back. And the third time was when I was 20 years old.
Ooh.
It was a clear sky, not a single cloud, nor bird in the sky. There was not a single bird. Not a single bird, Heather. And I was sitting down, minding my own frickin' business, smoking a cigarette, and chatting with some friends, and all of a sudden, this glob of shit lands right on my leg. And there's not a bird up there.
Were you sitting under a tree or an awning?
No trees, no nothing. It was like a clear, open area. There were no birds in sight. And I still managed to get shit on by a bird.
Well, that takes some doing. I mean, that is an accomplishment, sir.
There was some bird flying a mile away, and he shat, and it got caught in a jet stream, and that shit was flying through the air. And finally, that jet stream ended right over me. And bam, bird shit on the leg.
Well, again, quite an accomplishment. There should be some sort of award that you win for getting that.
I agree.
I'm going to go on to these Reddit stories now. Again, what is your being pooped on by a bird or other animal story? From Sir Edgar. This one time I was walking and got pooped on by a bird at lunchtime. Imagine being in high school. A bird poops on you. Your black shirt has a giant white stain, and class is about to start. Feels bad, man.
I can imagine.
Yes, you can imagine. Because it happened to you. Harry Scarecrow says, my first day working as crew on a sailboat. Morning comes, I pour myself coffee and head to the deck for some sunrise and fresh air. Literally the second I get up there, I hear and feel a splash in my coffee.
Oh.
Bird shat directly into my mug. Bird shit and coffee all over me and the deck. I earned the nickname Mugshot for the remainder of my time working on that boat.
That's actually kind of cool.
That's a great... If you don't know the origin of that nickname, that guy's a badass.
Oh, yeah.
From Green Lady in 92, I was walking with my dog and saw a mink hit on the road that I thought was dead. I saw it move, so I went over to pull it off in the grass. And at this point, I had no idea minks are kind of like skunks with having a really bad smelling spray. So when I picked it up by the tail to quickly move it, it sprayed all over me and my dog. And the smell was just unreal. It didn't last like a skunk does, but it made me gag so bad and my dog sneeze. That's got to be the worst animal anything I've had on me. That does sound horrendous.
That does, and I had no idea minks could do that.
I didn't either. I think I already told the story of my car getting skunked while I was in it. Let's move on from that unpleasant memory. Southern Snowshoe. I remember being outside for PE in high school one spring day. Everyone was standing atop his painted number for roll call when lo, something spooked the immense flock of seagulls nearby, causing them to take to the wing en masse. You know what seagulls do upon takeoff? They lighten the load. At the point that happened, the flock was directly above us at low altitude. It was mayhem, like a Pearl Harbor reenactment. The shower that day after PE was never so appropriate or welcome.
That is amazing.
Every time, Charlie loves to chase the seagulls down at the park by the lake, and every time she sends a flock in the air, I just pray, like, please don't shit, please don't shit, please don't shit. So far, we've been lucky, knock on wood. From Swimming Chemistry, 955. When I was in secondary school / high school, I guess that's the same thing, seagulls would gather on the roof of the school building when we were on break to get any leftover food. They would be shitting all over the yard, and when somebody got shat on, the entire schoolyard with hundreds of teenagers would turn, point, and laugh hysterically at that person.
As they should.
Yes, sometimes multiple people would get shat on in one break, and the place would be like a comedy festival. And if a teacher ever got shat on, the yard would erupt and the concrete floor would literally be moving from the laughs and screams, and the story of that day was associated with that teacher until you graduated. It was hilarious. And last one here from Good Pangolin 9621. New city, new job, and a new canvas briefcase. The bird shat copiously. A little hit me, but most of it went into the outer pocket of the briefcase. I tossed the briefcase straight into the nearest garbage can. To which I say, I feel like that's a wasted briefcase. I mean, it's in the outer pocket.
Yeah.
Just dry cleaner, something. Somebody's got to be able to save. I mean, come on, man.
For sure. I wouldn't have thrown away. So were these all responses to your question?
Yes.
That is amazing, Heather. Well done. How many upvotes?
That wasn't even all the responses.
How many upvotes did you get on that?
I got one upvote on that, Ryan.
Are you freaking kidding? I swear to God, Reddit, listen to me.
We're going to get an upvotes rant. Okay. Mm-hmm.
If a post is worth responding to, give it an upvote. It's the least you can do.
Well, I got 16 total comments on the post.
And how many of those comments were upvoted, Heather?
Well, I upvoted all of them.
Not including your upvote.
I think 3 was the highest upvote on any one of those.
So you're telling me that people came into your thread because it was an interesting topic, and they're like, hilarious story. I'll give that an upvote, but they chose not to upvote your post which brought them there.
Can I just tell you something really quick?
Yes.
It doesn't bother me.
Oh, doesn't it, Heather?
No.
I seem to recall you being upset that you couldn't post because you didn't have enough karma.
Well, I just unfollowed that subreddit and now we're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So listen, folks. Once again, I will ask you for only one thing. Please share the podcast. Tell somebody about it. Let's get a nice community going here with all the stories and the fun games. I would love that. And if you have your stories, look out for the subreddit, Politics Free Podcast, and Instagram at the Politics Free Podcast. You can also email them to us if you like. Other than that, all we ask is that you share and follow or subscribe. So
Word.
I asked you for 3 things when I said I was only going to ask for 1, but that's okay. You have a very pleasant, wonderful, fantastic week.
Until we play again.